Hi everybody, my name is Toni Juhan and I would like to welcome all of you to join our lesson here at Scandinavian School of Arts and Crafts. Today at this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple abstract painting of wood. So here we go. And the step one is that you have to get yourself a piece of wood. My weapon of choice is this about 18 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters thick piece of pine wood. But any wood will do. Even the size doesn't matter. It can be a bit long, a bit wider, a bit thicker. Just make sure that it's a solid wood, and I will show you at the next step that why that is important. And to make this work of art happen, you will need the following objects. You will need a handsaw, a ruler, a clamp, a piece of wood, some paper, sandpaper, sanding block, some paint and a paintbrush. And that's all. We have to start drawing the lines here. And in this stage you will need a pencil and a ruler. And place the wood to the table and take the ruler and draw about 7 to 8 lines across the whole wooden surface. I will show you how. Just put the ruler here and just draw a line there. And it doesn't matter where you draw the lines. Maybe one there. Maybe one there, just that it goes across the whole surface. Make sure of that. And the lines can cross here. Maybe one there, one here, one could be there. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe one more. We'll just do it here. And now I have created this abstract pattern here, and now it's your time to use your creativity and create your own. Just go crazy and do it. Now we can start sawing. Now you'll need a handsaw and a working bench. And when we start sawing, we just can't do it like this. And even if we hold it here and try to saw it, it's really hard. Maybe Batman could do it, but I am not Batman. So we have to attach the wood to the table. I have this table here, sorry about the noise. I will attach my wood here with these plastic blocks, and now it's there firmly. And if you don't have the workbench like this, you can maybe use a clamp and put it there like this, so it's there firmly. But that's really important that it's nice and tight there. And when we start sawing, I recommend you to stand up, because then you can get your legs moving and you can get a good body working there. And when you start sawing these lines, because that's the point, we have to make a groove there. Just take the saw and put it on top of one line, and imagine like you would erase this pencil line here. Maybe just a couple of smooth, like pull the saw towards yourself a couple of times, and there's a little groove there, and now we start making it deeper. Just we want lightness in here. We don't want to force the saw downwards at all. Just do the back and forth motion, and don't bend the saw, because the sawing is really hard then. And just go back and forth. And the groove should be about 1 centimeters deep. Just so maybe a little bit more there. And now I think it's done. That should be enough. And now we have to saw all the lines here to make grooves there everywhere. So let's get started. And when sometimes sawing these grooves here can be a bit tricky, so we could help this out by taking like some wooden block and place it there just next to the line. There goes the line that I have drawn. Put the block there and press it there quite hard. Put your saw next to the wooden block, it will give you some support, and then start sawing that the saw will just slide back and forth next to the wooden block. And if you have a hard time just holding it there, in this one you can also use a clamp. I'll just use this one here. You can just put the block next to the line and just squeeze it there so it will get better there. And now we are done with the sawing. This is the pattern I came up with. And at least my piece of wood is quite sticky and it got a lot of those splinters here, so it can really harm your hands. So now we have to start sanding. This would be the step 4. And when sanding, we also have to attach the piece of wood to the table, because sanding, if you try to sand it like this, the wooden piece is in your hand or on the table, it will move, and putting it there on the table and attaching it will make it a lot easier. So I'm gonna attach my piece of wood here once again. And when you start sanding, I think that you will need a sanding block and different grit of sandpapers. I will start with a grit of 80, and the bigger the number goes, the smoother the sanding paper is. So I'll start here with 80, then I'll move to 150, and at the end I will do the smoothing with the 240 grit of sandpaper. And you should wrap the sanding paper to the sanding block like this, and then start sanding. And when you sand, then always go like with the lines here on the wood, the H lines, because we have to do it like this and go just back and forth with the lines. Because if we go across the lines or we make this like circular motion, the wooden surface will only scratch. So just go back and forth with the lines. And we have to do it a quite long time to get it smooth. So I will start working right now and show it to you. And now I think that I'm quite happy at this stage, and all of the little sticks are gone there. Now I will move to the grit of 150 to make it smoother. And I also just go through the with the lines there, just go back and forth. And it's coming quite smooth now. Maybe I'll just use the 240 at the end. You can even hear how the sound, it's a little bit different when you use the smooth sandpaper. And here we go, I'm done. When you feel that there aren't any sticks here in the wooden surface, then it's done. But I have to also sand here the sides. I'm not sure what kind of piece of wood you have there, but I will also do these ones here. And now I think that my, let's say, wooden template is quite nice here, so we can go forward to the next step, which is painting. Okay, now we are done with sewing and we are done with sanding, and now we can start painting. And things you will need here when start painting, you will need some paper here, some paint, paintbrush, and maybe some big paper here so that you won't get your wooden bench dirty. And now the whole point here is that we have to paint every area here, every section here with a different color. Or you can choose the colors that you want. What are your favorite colors? I have now chosen here that I have some white paint here, and then I have some blue and green, but you can choose whatever colors you like. And I'm just gonna use these kind of hobby paints. These are really nice and easy to work with kids. And now when I start painting, I have to say that I'm not much of a painter. I'm actually quite a lousy painter. Most of my students are better painters than me. So I will need all the help that I can get. So I will use this little paintbrush here, and I'll try to put just enough paint here that it will cover the wooden surface, but don't put too much paint there, because it will only create those kind of big paint mountains, and when it dries it doesn't look that good. And I will start painting here, and if there are like little dents there, or maybe a little grooves there, you can try to hit the paint inside those little dents. And now we should be quite strict about that. At this section I have decided to paint white, and maybe this next one would be green. So if you are not that good painter like I am, there's always possible that the areas next to this one could also be painted this white color, which I don't want. So here's one trick. You can use these little pieces of paper and just put those inside the grooves like this. And when I paint now, the paint can't get to the next section. And maybe I just use the same thing on here, on this side. Just take some paint there. And there we go. Now this one area is done. And maybe next I'm gonna paint this one here, so I'm gonna let some time that this area could get a bit drier when I start painting the areas next to it. So now you should start painting, and I will continue with mine, and let's see at the end that what we came up. Just go on and get those paint and paintbrushes and start practicing. Okay, hi everybody once again. This is what I came up with. I've now painted all the areas here with the not different color every section, but still mine looks like this. I hope you are happy with yours. And now I think that we should also paint all the sides here. So one trick here is that if we keep the wood here on the table, there might be also that some of the paint goes to the surface here. So maybe just once again we could use the sanding block and lift it a little bit, and then start painting those sides here. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And hey, by the way, one good tip here is that if you can get access into these basics hobby colors, you can mix these to make new colors like I did. I added some, for example here, I added some white paint there, and then if I take a little bit, just a drop of green there, I can create this funny like a greenish whitish color here, like turquoise there. And this is how you can create different kind of colors. And now I'll just continue painting here. And here we go. Now we are done. I hope yours is done too. So this is my abstract painting made of wood, and I hope you had a good time doing yours. And I thank you so much for joining this lesson here at Scandinavian School of Arts and Crafts. And I hope I see you next time also. Okay, bye bye.